Hi, it's Michelle from Turner Next Gen AI and Movement Lesson. I'm going to talk about having calculations to predictive gravity, to functional gravity, and non-predictive gravity. There's a combination. Most people think gravity is just pulling force to the ground, right? Now, if I fall, if you fall, I don't argue that gravity is not an absolute. I'm going to fall at the same rate as a bowling ball, as a feather in a vacuum. Gravity is a constant. The thing is, what you don't understand is that I'm not organized to fall. So to have predictive markers to gravity, to have predictive markers to functional gravity, and then also non-predictive markers to non-functional gravity, you have to know what the difference is. So to have just simple functional gravity, if I take these glasses, right? In predictive gravity, I'm holding the glasses parallel and I just loosen my grip and gravity becomes a constant, right? Now, I can do this 5,000 different times. So unless I change the momentum, like I'm pushing the glasses down, but there's still, the predictive marker is they went from a parallel, right, into going into succumbing to gravity and perpendicular and so forth. And no matter what, how I hold these glasses, gravity will be the prevailing dominance on how I make these calculations. Okay, that seems easy enough. Now though, when I take this plant, right? Now if I take a plant, and here I am, now the plant is opposing gravity. Why? Because it's functional gravity. It's made with rotational structures, and no matter how I move this plant, it doesn't fall down. Now, if I really moved this plant and rock and rolled, the dirt or the rocks out of it will succumb to gravity. This plant is not succumbing to gravity. This is functional gravity. It's no different than you and I can move this around, but this does not succumb. It's not being pulled to gravity. It's not falling. Now, if I drop the pot, gravity wins. I get that. But organic life forces wants to oppose gravity, and it does this through rotational dynamics, right? And to make it just clean and simple, I'm going to just take this simple hair clip and put it on one of the branches, right? Okay, now that is working around, and this is, again, non-functional gravity, right? So now I'm dealing, see the fall there? So there I am. So that one branch, because it has something on it, that mass wants to succumb to gravity because it's just a clip, it's non-biological, right? No matter how I do it, now I have a fall marker in there. This needs to be done, or can be done, for humans just as much as it can be done for this plant. I take the clip off, this plant is back behaving in a functional gravity state. These are all different markers of gravity, and they are predictive, they are calculable, there's mathematics behind it, but some are take a bit more programming and understanding the movement itself. So I can't say on this plant, this is where I put the mass and therefore this is how it's going to act. I have a root system, I have the dirt, it depends on how much water is involved, the buoyancy of the plant, what the life force is like, in a sense what we call epidermis, our skin, what is the tonus of the plant, is it more dried out, is it working within the fluid dynamics? There's lots of things that come into play that make the decision if it's functional or not, but no matter what, this clip succumbs to gravity, right? No matter what this clip does, I can't release it, it's going to fall to gravity. Again, you and I do not walk down the hallway and go, oh my goodness, I'm gonna fall. Now, when your nervous system goes into that area, and again, these are predictive markers, okay, now you're concerned for the fall. And this is why, again, we have mortality rates that are very high after a fall with a broken hip, because now you're deviating from functional movement. You're watching the fall. Well, you and I don't fall, right? We're capable of it. We don't fall. We're not organized for it. But when your body starts to organize for the fall, right? And this is something we have to calculate for astronauts that are coming back to Earth. It's not about muscle atrophy. right? We have to make sure the nervous system is not going into don't fall. We have to watch the pragmatics that we're using for balancing ratios to prove our statistics when they're saying don't fall. When I work on somebody, I have to have them in a secure environment to them, so their nervous system isn't going, what is she doing to me, or is she going to harm me? And taking away breath, taking away stability, so there's a fall in there. Those are key instances where the brain, because it's intelligent, is going to protect itself versus learning from the experience. And that's what you're looking at, is those kind of organization interactions. That's why, again, I have the same properties as the plant, right? But I'm not skiing at the Olympics, right? We still have different dynamics of who we are and what makes us who we are. But as far as understanding what goes into the software, what goes into the programming, and for us, we can do real-time video analysis because all of those matrices are in there. And so our AI system is at a different level than most people, but because I'm at a different level and look at the movement differently. So we have a movement-based structure versus an LLM. It's a different software altogether. And those are some of the things that I work with on a daily basis here at my clinic and as well as on my AI. Thanks.